But yeah, this is Esk. It's a nice little area. It's got some good bakeries. It's quite popular with the biking community in Brisbane. If they get this far up, sometimes they get as far as Fernvale, which has got some excellent bakeries, and they don't get any further. But as you can see, the Esk and Hampton Road. Now, a lot of the guys on the forum know about the Esk Hampton Road. It is a bonza of a road, and I will be doing it later. Do you mind, mate? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, if you pop up that way, the Esk and Hampton Road, it's real twisty. It's got these sort of trees on either side. It's very, very picturesque through there. Anything interesting? Or Triumph of some description. So that was Esk. We're on the way to Wivenhoe. I'm hoping the Wivenhoe Dam is going to be as full as Somerset. And wow, it's high! Oh wow! I have never seen that. Oh, sorry. I get that is awesome. Look at that. That's a bona fide hell yeah. Oh yeah. Wow. Oh wow. That's impressive, Mr. Or is it Mrs. Can a dam even have a gender? Crikey. Crikey. Anyway, that's very impressive, Wivenhoe. Very, very impressive. Wow. That water is up high. Yes, I've stopped here before. Now, the last time I came down here, there were people, they shouldn't have been swimming, but it was way down. It's probably, I don't know. I don't know whether this is 100%, 80%, what percentage of this is full, but it's very impressive. Here we go, the Mount Glorious Tourist Drive. We turn right in 300 metres. Or where that car's just gone. Who'd have thought it? So a lot of bikers, what they do is they tend to stop just on this corner here and start ripping it. Just up in this area, right, just in front of us, right there. So often, if you're coming through here, you'll be nodding like a madman. So as you can see, I've got 63 to Brisbane, so 63 kilometres of really good twisty roads. Good yet? No? Any problems? I don't think so. Anyway, as you can see, yes, conglomerates of motorcycles. We need a group name, and I'm not going to call them organ donors, because I am one. Oh, he's doing it. Cheers, mate. That's nice of him. I mean, after all, I'm coming up to the red cedar thing anyway, so that'll make for a good video. But yeah, here's red cedar. We shall go into red cedar. It's a bit of a bastard of a turn, but still. And we shall set things up. It's a nice quiet area, even with a Harley rider coming down it. I'm going to park in here, I think. And we shall get into neutral first. Yes, we did, straight away. I'm learning, Mummy. Okay. The other thing I learned is to turn the bike off before going backwards, which is... it didn't make sense to me until the guy actually told me the reason why you would do it. It's because you could accidentally goose the throttle and go flying off into the middle of the road, which apparently has happened to people. I don't know. The log looked like a massive iguana thing that was going to kill me. Home to the king of timber trees. How do we pronounce this? Dag Diagula. Not sure. Anyhow, it's a good little spot to start or end, depending on which direction you're doing, the Mount Glorious Road. Barbecue, have a nice little lunch. Ideas. Well, that didn't take long. I reckon that is a fire. I really do. I think I can smell it too, actually. I shall stop there on the red signal.
2,000 years later.
This is the turn. An absolute prick of a turn, excuse my French. There's the peg. It's not a peg, it's a floorboard, footboard. I'll quit calling them floorboards or pegs. Don't get me wrong, I don't like scraping my footboards because I know it's doing damage. It doesn't bother me the lean, that's not a problem. Not a problem, it's the lean, it's the damage I'm doing. I'll tell you what, the damage on this road is a lot worse since last time I came through here, which would have been about September of last year, I think, actually. Very impressive trees, however. Those trees are impressive. Even if they do drop their motorcyclist killing leaves on the road, I don't begrudge them whatsoever for being what is essentially the lungs of the planet, and very, very impressive pieces of, I don't know what you call it, nature, wouldn't you? You would, you know, if you're an atheist, you're not going to say God around. But yes, they are very impressive. Oh, yes. Remind me again. Not to take Mount Glorious again for a little while.
One eternity later.
So, if you're up in Brisbane and thinking you'll do a Mount Glorious, or it might be okay up to the cafe, certainly on the north side of the cafe, going towards Somerset and Wivenhoe, it's really quite bad. So yes, this is, I suppose you'd call this Mount Glorious, like as in the town of Mount Glorious. I don't know. But the cafe is coming up. Well, not coming up, but it's getting there. You can see that, oh yeah, here we go, all the rich people have got their houses. I don't mean that as a disrespect, but Brisbane has become very, very expensive to live at. Yes, here's the cafe coming up. You can tell it's the cafe because there's plenty of cars and normally plenty of bikes, but not today. Is it too windy? Probably. Kawasaki's. I have yet to stop there. I've never stopped at the Mount Glorious Cafe. Not quite sure why. Well, actually, it's always packed. And then we had COVID, and it was packed during COVID, but with social distancing involved. So I was right, you can't see anything out through there, which is wonderful. beautiful, I suppose.
Yeah, they're just patching this road. How ridiculously stupid is that? It's just going to make it, or maybe they're doing it on purpose. Maybe they're making it more, what's the want? Dangerous for motorcyclists to be on, so that they will actually self-govern themselves. So patching and patching, because patching is obviously worse than resurfacing, of course. So the other issue that well, it's not an issue as such, it's just a difference between the bikes that I've had, is the engine braking on a Harley. There isn't any, pretty much. In the Honda, if I were, I believe I'm in third, if I were in third and letting go of the throttle, which I've done there, I'd be coming almost to a stop. That's the CBR 500. But on this bike, it just basically just keeps going. Could be the fact that it weighs 115 kilos more than the Honda did, but sorry. Enjoying the ride though, I really am. The bike feels very planted. It's a little twitchy in the front. That's helpful. Overgrown advisory speed. A little twitchy in the front. That I'd probably going to dial out anyway, because I don't know if the fork oil had been updated on this bike. So if it hasn't, it's seen almost 50,000 kilometers without a fork oil replacement. I actually don't know when you should be replacing your fork oil, but I might take the opportunity to do something with the inner springs, maybe. I'm not quite sure. Half of me wants to go put in some 4-inch over slugs or something and make it true chopper. The other half wants a bit more, should I say progressive? No, I think they're called progressive actually. Different shocks anyway.
Mount Cootha Scenic Drive. Nice little loop. If you're up in Brisbane, you probably already know of it. It's heavily policed though, so though it's scenery-wise, it's very good. For daring to go 0.456 kilometers over the limit, you're dead. Tasered and into the watch house. Because someone's got to think of the children.
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
Anyhow, I'm going to do a full loop around this, as is my wont, and looks like 9.1 kilometers according to that. And that's interesting. This corner is much easier to do on the Harley than it is on the Honda. They used to do a hill climb up here. Well, actually, should I say, they did it once until the mucky muck said, nah, we don't want any of that. Can't possibly have fun on a road. And they shut it down. But I did get to go, and I got to see some interesting stuff. It was a long time ago though. We're probably, I'm going to feel old now, probably 15, possibly even longer than that. Well, what, 2005 I think it was, so what is that? That's 17 years. 17 years ago, and I don't even know if that was when it was. I should look it up and put it up on the screen here, because that's what YouTubers do. Here is my corner, and if this bloke would just hurry up and move, I pointed at it and I put on some epic music and so forth. We shall see. See how it's off camber, bit of a turn, going downhill, and it tightens just a tad there. What was I thinking? Oh, what a teddy bear. And I think I ended the video with saying, well, maybe I should just start thinking about bosoms, which is what I was thinking about throughout that entire turn. So it's a lovely dichotomy between early chicken and later chicken. And we come down here. They've added a new car park here because a lot of people have come up this way, and it's normally packed. Coming into a roundabout just here, the Summit Lookout. And here I am ruining everyone's day by making lots of noise. I'm not going up to the summit. Been there enough times, I don't need to. And we'll just pop down through here. There is Brisbane up there. We shan't be going into Brisbane. But yeah, Mount Cootha, if you want a good view of a good vantage point of pretty much Brisbane and its environs, it's pretty damn good. Oh, nice. I think that was a skyline. The Ken Mary, I think they call them. KPGA 110. If I've got that right, I'm going to have 2 beers tonight. And if I've got it wrong, I'll probably have 2 anyway. That Ampol had fuel at 206, you see. Brisbane was way expensive. Luckily I only had half a tank to put in, but yeah, I was not expecting to spend $30 on it for whatever it was, 12 litres or something like that. Now you can tell they're coming into Gympie and north of Brisbane, far more Harleys, less sport bikes. Yeah. I'm not going to stop there because people always want to talk to me about my bike, and I just don't want to. Nice little rest area. Looks like they've cut down some of the trees on the little island there where all the bin chickens go. The rest area you can actually camp at as well. Lots of campers in today. Crikey, there's a lot in. Oh well, obviously because it's school kids. You know, you set off from Brisbane and you got kids and you're going camping up north, you probably would stop in Gympie. I mean, it's only what, 200 or 300 kilometers, but for some, especially with kids, that's a bit of a trek. So who knows? Unfortunately, this is what the road is like, and speeds are like for the rest of the trip home. They have 200 kilometers of this. And people wonder why I play violent video games.